This is Andrew Dugill with Hoffman Realty Tampa Property Management, and this is another one in our blog series of helpful tips for landlords. And today what I'd like to talk about is how to evict a tenant in Tampa by a local property manager. And this is part one of a four-part blog, and in part one we're going to discuss alternatives to eviction. In part two we're going to discuss preparing for eviction. Part three, filing an eviction. And in part four, what to do after you prevail in court. So what are the alternatives to eviction? Well, the very first one is to place a good tenant you don't have to evict. And to do that, you've got to do a thorough background check on that tenant. And if you thoroughly screen a tenant, you usually are never facing eviction issues. Now, it's probably too late at this point. If you're watching this blog, we've probably got to the point where you need to evict. So what are the alternatives to evicting? Well, you can persuade your tenant to leave and not do an eviction. And the way to do it is this: approach the tenant in a very non-emotional, non-threatening way and say, almost matter-of-factly, look, on Monday, because you haven't paid, I'm forced to file an eviction. And that eviction is going to be on your permanent rental record. So you're going to find it very hard to rent another place in the future. Not only that, but I'm going to place the judgment that I get from the court for the eviction on your credit report, so it's going to be there for the next 7 to 10 years. If you move out this weekend before I file the eviction on Monday, we won't have to do it. And most of the time the tenants agree to move. We usually have them sign what we call an agreement to vacate that states the terms and the day they're going to move out. And that's often all we need to do. Sometimes we have to provide a little bit of extra incentive, and sometimes we give them money to move. But that money, if it's less than the cost of an eviction, it's a good investment because it's certainly a lot quicker. So this is Andrew Dugill with Hoffman Realty Tampa Property Management, and if you do have questions about the blog today, I'd be happy to talk to you.